Hello everyone, once again, MrPBJ here today, playing the all gracious and almighty Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And this playthrough, honestly, is just going to be a very chill one. Not high retentive and just, I guess, a little lengthy and stuff. We're probably going to continue playing this all the way throughout. Let's just hope that the recording actually records and stuff. And yeah, it's been a while. I've taken my little time off and taken my break and stuff like that. And yeah, it's funny. I actually come back to these videos and I realize how much filler words I use in the sense of just stuff and stuff like that, and yeah, you know what it's all about, you know what this is, you know what everything, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, and that I also say a lot, so I'm going to continue to say those anyways, because those are my filler words. If I don't have the ability to just chill and relax while I'm playing these stages, and I feel like it's a talking contest amongst all else, then I'm just going to absolutely rage quit and burn out. Yeah, it's crazy. Doing high retentive stuff for videos, even though it makes people's eyes glue onto the screen extremely long, you know, it's really good for people to like constantly look at something and have their attention not dip or anything like that. But it does take a lot out of me to edit things like that, and honestly, I'm taking like a very big risk when I do that kind of stuff. Simply because, again, it just takes a lot out of me. And I think possibly also too, excuse me, thank you. And also too, it takes a lot out of me. And then when I think about creating a video, I think about how much energy it takes to kind of edit something, you know? So I usually try to like, I don't know, I just, like, I think unconsciously in my mind, I'm just thinking, well, that took a lot of effort to, like, put into, and then the payout was not very huge, so thus, you know, I don't like it or something like that. And yeah, I also, too, if you are aware now, we have the ability to turn into Supersonic, but honestly, even though I do pull my hairs most of the time as a response of not utilizing Supersonic, you know, oh wow, 100 rings. It just makes the gameplay utterly kind of boring, and it also requires me to focus a little bit less. So I try my best to just keep it all pretty one note and try to use them less. That's possibly why I made the other videos so retentive to some extent. And then the one that just straight up had Supersonic in it, I mean, like, you know, because he's just Supersonic. He just kind of blasts through everything. There's not really much challenge. Oh, hello. With him. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Sonic First Life? Oh, hello. Yeah, but, and again, I'm playing this on my phone, so if anything, yeah, and I'm feeling more comfortable to actually come and record again once in a while, simply because I'm gonna be doing Air Force stuff, and with that even in itself, I'm going to also, yeah, I had to slow down there, because, again, I don't live alone and stuff, but, when it comes to that, I had to really focus and hone in on my studying for that, because I'm expected to do that kind of stuff. Holy Jesus. Yeah, I expect this to happen a little bit. So with studying and all that stuff, I'm not going to always be glued to, you know, the screen and kind of like being able to play games all the time. In fact, if anything, after Sonic 3, there's a possibility that I want to play what's the game called? Hello! How was that supposed to work? Street Fighter, just because, but if I, you know, end up going to the Air Force beforehand or whatever else, you know, then, you know, I won't be able to play that and stuff. Okay, come on. Tails, where the fudge are you? Alright. Oh, son of a bitch! Okay, we're gonna just stay here for a long time. Yeah, usually I don't have much trouble with this part, and yes, it's actually a lot much more difficult with Supersonic. And it's just getting a little bit more harder to do what I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't know why. Here. Oh, hello, Wizard. Yes, that's my Instagram account. Yeah, it's just getting more irritating. This is usually one of the points where I end up clipping and cutting some things out. That's for sure. Ugh. But no, I'm not going to cut it out. I'm just going to kind of leave it here. So you kind of experience what I experience whenever I'm dealing with crap, you know? Alright. Come on, Tails, just help me up here, please, would you? Would you be a dear old pal? Yeah. Yeah, I had to freaking do that mess. Alright. Ugh. Yeah, that's already scaring me. But yeah, I've been playing Sonic games for the while being, and yeah, honestly, part of me gets captured into the facets of, like, you know, trying to make a good retentive video that gets into the algorithm and then does some really funky stuff. And it's really always hard to figure out where that niche is, you know? It's hard to figure out where that niche is in the sense that, like, you want to make awesome videos and stuff, and you want to make sure that, like, a lot of people are seeing it, because, you know, that's how you get the most bang for your buck when you're making a YouTube video. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna suck, especially without Supersonic. Yep, it's already starting to really suck right now, actually. And I have 0 rings. That's fun. Get him, Tails. Tails. Tails, you could have chopped him up. You could have chopped him into little pieces. I don't know, using your tail spin or something like that. I have no idea. Yeah, boss fights get really annoying when you don't have the Supersonic enabled. And in all honesty, I've been playing this game in the background and stuff. Even though I haven't been recording videos, again, I like playing these games, you know? So I've been trying to get Hypersonic for the fucking longest, you know? But, you know, with Hypersonic, getting those Super Emeralds, it's kind of intense. It's intense because it's hard to find them, and if you don't find them in a specific time frame, yeah, you're gonna kind of be screwed a bit, because you won't be able to kind of have that last hurrah of facing the final battle with, you know, Hypersonic, so that kind of stings. Okay, boom. And I kind of like to get it all done in one go, which means that once we eventually get to that part, the and Knuckles part, I mean, I'm going to do my best to get all of them. I'm basically practicing at this point. Yeah, I'm practicing off-screen stuff just to make sure that I get all of those Super Emeralds, and I know where all of them are at, so I can achieve that and not have any struggles of, you know, doing it. And unlike Sonic 2, you know, there's no, like, bad ending correlation there or anything like that. In fact, I think for Sonic 3, there is a quote-unquote bad ending, good ending, but it's not very consequential for the most part. Alright, come on. Let's do this, Tails. Tails! Yeah, he'll jump on it, and he'll ruin my whole entire funky flow, and I hate the shit out of that shit. Yes, I still swear, and I still cuss. From time to time, and stuff like that, you know? But yeah. Alright. But yeah, funny enough, yeah, I just kind of been not chilling, just studying. Just studying. And if you're curious about the, I guess, Air Force stuff, dang, that's really off topic. I'm gonna bore most of you with my, you know, stuff, because I'm, like, seriously questioning who's watching this, who is actually low-key not only interested in the Sonic game, I guess, that I'm playing right here, but who's actually interested in hearing about me in an unrelated topic. Sometimes I think about that in regards to YouTube videos. Like, if I talk about this unrelated topic, the only one that's going to be very interested in it is going to be me, because, you know, it's my video. And for the most part, as I said before, I will put on my videos in the background when I'm just kind of chilling, or I need something to play in order to see that my television works. Oh, hello. And, you know, it's usually the longest videos, and then I'll give myself some good retentive watch time through those means, you know, and I'll just kind of just, yeah, I'll take a shower or something like that and go into, what is it? Yeah, I'll go into, I don't know, stasis as I'm just watching these videos. But yeah, it's all very just normal stuff. I just lost my fucking shield. What the fuck? Yeah, I killed that guy. Yeah, instant shield. It's a fucking classic and works very well. Alright, so I am not going to do this as normal fucking Sonic. I'm going to destroy him with Supersonic. Burn me. Burn me alive. Hello, X. What are you doing? Oh, look at that. Looks like a girl with big tits. My kind of style. Okay. Nice. Alright, let's keep going. Now that is the end of Ice Cap, as usual, and I barely even called the title of the names of the stages. But we will continue our journey in the same video. The way I'm ending it right there might as well just mean the ending of the video for you. Like, you're like, oh, well, I already saw what I saw. Why even go to Launch Base? Like, what's so cool here? Gave off the vibes that the video is ending? So, like, what? You expect me to still stay around here? Sure do. Sure do. You know what? I'll make this part just simply for me. I might as well. Yeah, I already did the practice ASVAB for what is known as the Air Force, and now I have to study for what is essentially the actual ASVAB, and I do utilize Grok AI to study for the most part because I need concepts very much explained to me when I'm doing any kind of studying. Because, say for instance, and this is just if you dare God relate, I don't think anybody could relate to this, but haha. If you relate in the sense of understanding like math or science or learning subjects in general, you know, I need to really have my trial and error, you know, when I'm studying and trying to understand and learn things. Because if I can't ask all the questions in the world, then I might as well just like, I don't know, just how on earth am I supposed to learn if I don't ask basic questions? Questions that might as well be said and, you know, gurgitated by a retard, I guess you could say. Shit, I forgot. Alright, Tails, fly me up there. God dang. Alright, cool. Awesome. Alright, cool. But yeah, like, because when it comes to learning things, you know, I need to ask the very basic questions, and this is probably a point in the video where you're like, what are you talking about? Like, what's so interesting about learning? Oh, okay, learning. Just learning in general. Everybody has their own different ways that they learn and study. Fair enough. But when I'm talking about learning, I'm talking about, like, I need to ask very basic questions that sound like, you know, stupid. Like, if I'm asking too basic of questions. I do this for literally every single thing that I don't know, study and learn and stuff like that. Like, if I, like, here's one of the simpler things. I don't know how to divide numbers off rip. I don't know how to write it out. That's the problem. I can multiply like a god, you know, give me any number. I can multiply it by just, you know, utilizing my formula that I know. But when it comes to, like, dear, what I say, when it comes to dividing, I don't know the rule sets a lot of the time, so it's the most trickiest kind of thing for me. It's kind of like not knowing how to swim. Everybody has the capabilities of swimming, you know, of knowing and learning how to swim, but you have to actively go through the process of trial and error, trial by fire, in an opposite sense, to really learn that craft, because you got to get your body familiarized with the way that things work and juncture and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's the same process with learning and creating high retentive videos. I swear to God, I don't want to fucking blow my load on, I guess, the quality of videos that I have or whatever. Because, I mean, they don't have, like, crazy views or anything like that. I think they're good videos when it comes to editing, like, if someone just stumbled upon them. Obviously, the only problem I kind of have is low-key getting people to click. That's usually the junction that gets me in the fucking... I don't know. In the ass, I don't know. Come on. Let's get these rings. Let's fucking do it. Alright, cool. Yeah, this is the most update-ish version of myself. And, haven't really changed since even the first upload. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's another thing I would end up saying. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So true. Yeah, so... yeah, nothing has really changed. And I mean, like, I think about algorithmic learning and getting videos to the point where, yeah, I can know how to make something that's high retentive and totally, like, hits the algorithm like that. Oh, Eggman. Excuse me. Oh, there he goes. We're about to see Knuckles now. That's how many times I played this stage, by the way. Yeah, sorry for the booger thing. I just kind of had to. Yeah, you're seeing me in real time right now. Well, there goes Knuckles, that asshole. Yes, I had to actually jump out of that, because if you stayed in there, I don't know, maybe you'd die. Not sure. Okay. But yeah, it does call into question, though. Like, when it comes down to it, you know, like, am I going to do anything else with my YouTube channel? Probably not. Fuck you. Holy shizus. Yeah, I'm trying to use this instant shield to my best knowledge. Yeah. Yeah! Okay, there it goes. Alright, give me the stuff. Where the... oh, well, alright. We did it. Tails, what are you doing in front of my sign? Get the freak out of the way. What are you doing? Yeah, I looked at the retention, though, on, I think one of my older videos, and It was the classic Sonic, the first Sonic game where I was playing Labyrinth Zone, and there is a point in the retention graph that shows that pretty much a large majority of people watched this one scene where I was telling Tails to not play in the water. It was so confusing. I mean, I'm convinced to say that people enjoy me like bullying Tails, but that's kind of unfortunate. Like, it was really large and in charge, you know? Hold up. What? Where are we going? Okay. Yeah, we're too fast for our own good. Alright, there's that. Alright, cool. Yep. Let's get this. Yeah, we're actually nearing the end of the game. In fact, if I end up doing so, we might end up just completing everything. Yeah, I actually don't have a lot of rings. Interesting. No, I just find it kind of actually low-key interesting. Like, yeah, we're gonna need as many rings as possible if I think about it, 100%. We just are. Like, it gets annoying when you just don't have those fucking rings, you know? I know, I sound... Damn it! Look at that. I just kind of murked myself. Alright, let's do this. Like usual. Look at all the water, too. Yeah. The water effects actually look pretty darn cool here. Not sure if this is exactly what people were seeing back then, but, you know. Oh, hello. We might as well just kill ourselves, guys. We might as well just commit that suicide because, fuck hell, it just... Yeah, that's a large majority of rings that we could have had. Damn, when the stage tries to, like, scare you. Alright. Alright, we got this, we got that. Kill you guys. Destroy them, I guess. For sure. Come on, come on. Yeah, that music is amazing. Yeah, again, the music, Michael Jackson influenced and stuff, and politics, and reasons for why they probably can't mention the fact that Michael Jackson did, and even years later. It's kind of weird. Maybe there's like a weird Illuminati thing going on. Maybe Epstein Island, there was more going on there with Steven Sonic. Like, what the fudge? Yeah, it gets all conspiracy theorists and stuff. Yeah, only in the simplest of times can I avoid politics, in the sense of just talking about and playing Sonic games. Okay, now we're actually on the quest of getting these godforsaken, fuck this guy, rings and end of the stage. But let me tell you right now, it probably doesn't matter how much of these rings that we capture. I only say that simply because, like, once we end up fighting this next boss that we're going to go up against, it's going to be the final one, actually, before we get to the Sonic 3 stuff, or Sonic 3 and Knuckles stuff. So, with that even being said, will I try to attempt to get all the, dare I say, Chaos Emeralds when I get there? Probably not. Probably not. Like, what I'm probably going to do is just separate it from the already Let's Play that I have right here. Oh, dear God. Ugh. Yeah, alright, we're fucking screwed. We're screwed. We're screwed. Oh, wow, that was super fucking close. You guys are witnessing that. That was not fully edited. That was just completely, like, surprising. Alright. And we have a bubble shield now out of all times. Okay. No, that was a price worth of admission. Fucking hell. You know what? God damn it. I just don't want to turn into Supersonic quite yet. You know? I just don't. But at any time, I could possibly get totally storm blasted, butt blasted by any enemies. Alright, let's do this. I think the boss is actually coming up pretty fucking soon. Ah, kind of want that. Tails, help me up there. I'm kind of hoping that, like, the rest of this thing just records as naturally as possible, and then once we move on to the next part of the game, I'll be well entrained and prepared for that, you know? And, of course, we're transforming. We don't care. We really don't. We just kind of want to get a move on here. Yep, just keep standing there. Just keep rubbing all over him with your spikes, Sonic. He actually becomes a real hedgehog when he turns super, huh? Oh, poor Tails. Well, you just should have, you know? You should have just jumped on with me. Knuckles, what the fuck do you want? Dude, it sucks you can't actually punch with Knuckles in real game. Sonic Superstars allows you to do that, but that game doesn't exist in my mind. Because of the boss fights? No, because of just how weird of an inclusion in the Sonic fanbase, or video game library it is. Okay, that's some really hardcore like hits I just gave it. But you guys get what I mean, right? Yeah, this is taking an absolute long amount of time. Dear God. Yeah, the size of those engines. Like, if you blast Sonic with that, I'm pretty sure Sonic's pretty dead. The fact that Eggman's building all this stuff, you know? Alright, let's do this like a real person would. What the... Like, imagine if I lost my rings there. Holy... Yeah, man. The fact that he just kind of goes away. Alright, come on, sucker. Yeah, and he tries to quickly run away, but that obviously doesn't work. Alright. Now, this part can get actually pretty lengthy if you kind of go within his clutches, and I'll show you what I mean. Actually, I mean, it's probably just best to just drop the super form, because it's actually quite annoying to fight this boss with the super form, because he'll end up... Fuck! Well... There we go. Can't go back. But I really don't want to. Yeah, you want to hit him with the instant shield. It's a very for sure way to get that damage on him. And especially when he does this, I'm a dumb sucker. I'll end up jumping right into his hands and he'll end up hitting you. Oh, hello. I thought that would work. It does. It shows that it works right there. Yes. How am I hitting the spike? Fuck him! How am I hitting the spikes? It's the insta shield. It's... Well, you know, sometimes it's best aimed, but most times not. Yes, I'm sure this is the right way. Trust me, guys. Trust me. What's he... Yeah, you see? This guy. Alright. And boom! There you go. Last hit. You are done for, Eggman. Or at least you're going somewhere else, I guess. I want to be over here, in case we have to look backwards. Yeah, we did it. We did awesome stuff. We're awesome.
But soon enough, Sonic has discovered that the entire ship was totally blowing up in his face, and now he's realizing that they're plummeting to their doom. Why is Sonic just looking up at Anguish? Because the ship's up there, obviously, dumbass. Like, what the fuck? And, yeah. There's off in the distance. And I sure will see you in the next playthrough. Bye-bye. As always.